good, y'all? It's currently the second day of the year, 5:30 in the morning. Before I start, I just want to say Happy New Year. It's 2025. Damn, my shit gonna keep beeping. Let me put this seatbelt on. But yeah, like I was saying, Happy New Year. Currently on my way to work. Gotta stop for gas real quick. And once I get gas, I can head out. It's probably like a 20-30 minute drive. Nothing too crazy. It's quiet, peaceful. But I just wanted to tap in with y'all, start my little vlogging and shit, and kind of just speak on why I left smoking. And I'm talking about smoking that Zah, you know what I'm saying? Now, I know cigarettes and I know vapes. I ain't never did that. But why I left smoking as a creative in 2024, and why I think you should too. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. Tired in the muscle. Ain't go on with these. How's it going, man? You alright this morning? Alright, can I get a 10 on 4? Oh, my bad, 10 on 7. Sheesh! Got my little gas. About to head to work now. So, for a little context, I've been smoking for probably, I want to say, let's see, since 2017, 2018, consistently, every day, as much as I can. Recently, it was up to probably like 5-6 times a day, facing a blunt, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, I'm a blunt smoker too, so. And some days it'll be worse. But, yeah, I was smoking every day, 5, 6, 7 times a day. And it was starting to get to a point where I'm like, I had to ask myself, like, why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of shit that I was questioning. And especially as a creative, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt like I was using it as a crutch, you know, to be creative in general. You know, I've been creative since before I started smoking, so, you know, I had to question that because it kind of made me rely on it in a sense. And I didn't want to be that type of person that, you know, felt like I needed to rely on a drug to be able to get something done, especially something that was kind of draining my pockets. And that's really reason number one. The shit was draining my pockets. Like, it wasn't draining my pockets to a point where, when I say draining my pockets, I hope y'all know I'm talking about I was going broke. But yeah, it was. I mean, when I did the math, I was spending anywhere from 20 to 30, sometimes 40 a day smoking, getting the eighth every day, and, you know, just kind of just smoking 5-6 times a day. And, like, if you do the math, even on the low end, you spending $140 a week. That's not including blunt wraps, not including the gas takes to get it. And I started to feel like it wasn't worth it anymore, you know? Like, why am I spending $140 minimum weekly to kind of just feel the same every day all the time, you know? And as a struggling artist, I could have very easily reinvested that into my business, my brand, my dream, you know what I'm saying? Anything that I could have put money toward that I wasn't really putting money toward or able to because I was relying on ask myself, like, do I really want to keep doing this? And the type of person I am, like, I'm trying to make it by any means necessary. So I had to ask myself, do I want to keep doing this? And the answer was no. I've been clean probably about 3 months now. Maybe a little less. But this is probably the longest stretch I've been since I've started smoking. And I haven't been able to kick it completely. And I always end up going back to it and going back to it a little harder than what I did before. Yeah, that's that. That's reason number one. My money wasn't looking right. And not really, the biggest dude on money when it comes to money. I do care about it. I do care about paying my bills. When it becomes hard to pay my bills and hard to, kind of do things that I want to on a daily basis, it wouldn't allow me to do that. So I had to cut it out. That's reason number one. Reason number two, I was getting hella lazy. When I mean hella lazy, like, I was still productive. I got a crazy work ethic. Anybody that knows me know I got one of the strongest work ethics. I'm like Mamba mentality in artist. But it was getting to a point where, I was kind of smoking, like I said, 5-6 times a day. And like four out of the 5-6 times a day, instead of being motivated, I was kind of doing the complete opposite. Either I was getting sleepy, either I was just getting lazy, either, whatever the case was, I wasn't doing what I normally would do if I was just sober. I was kind of just like forgetting about the things that I wanted to do, and it's kind of slowing me down a little bit. I had to ask myself, like I always do I really want to do this? First of all, I already done took a nap here and there. Now I gotta smoke. You know what I'm saying? And my whole purpose, this is how I justified kind of smoking so much in my own head. I felt like weed was the only thing that helped me focus the way it did. So, I kind of justified it by telling myself, like, oh, when I smoke, that's the only time I can get stuff done. But, it gets to a point where shit starts becoming the opposite. I'm not getting stuff done. Why am I not getting stuff done? I'm tired. I feel groggy. I feel lazy. There was those 1-2 times a day where, I smoke and I get like a good 1-2 hours of just straight focus. And, that shit was powerful. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was able to get a lot done in just in 1-2 hours, just like locking in on some creative work, whether it's graphic designing, whether it's making a song, whatever the case is. I was able to get stuff done. But it was, I'm the type of person to weigh everything out. Like, if 9 times out of 10 something isn't working, and that 10th time it is working, I'm not gonna try to justify it by that 10th time. I can't. I just by the numbers. Like, so that's reason number 2. I was just losing focus and I was starting to get lazy. Like I said, I was lazy. So like, I would go in with the intent of, oh, I'm about to make this song. I'm about to make this art. I'm about to design this clothing piece. I'm about to work on the brand. I'm about to, whatever I do. I would go in with that intent, but eventually it would kind of like, I would forget about it. And I'd get stuck in a kind of state where, like, all I wanted to do was watch a funny show. You know what I'm saying? Some shit, like, just kind of just be mindless. bad at all. I don't know if y'all can see it's snowing. But yeah, that's reason number 2. So reason number 1, I was spending too much money. Reason number 2, I was kind of losing focus and motivation. Yeah, reason number 3, she was just taking over my mindset. Like, it was the first thing I thought about when I woke up. It was the first thing I thought about before eating. I couldn't eat without it. Couldn't sleep without it. Couldn't wake up without thinking about it. You know, it kind of just took over. It just became like the first thing top of mind. And you know, I wasn't able to wake up, kind of plan my creative work for the day. I was just kind of putting everything aside for it. Like, just woke up, let me figure out what I'm gonna roll this bleezy, you know what I'm saying? Where figure out when I'm gonna smoke this. And don't even talk to me before I smoke because I'm not gonna be in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And it's just like, as humans, I feel like, as a society, I feel like we kind of just normalize smoking marijuana just a little too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anything should be like, anything mind altering should be done so consistently over a long period of time. Now, mind you, it doesn't have any negative effects, apparently, you know, when it comes to your health, or people don't die off of it. It's like, when it comes to drugs, it's like one of the tamest drugs. I get it. But we're not. I don't think it's good to be altering your mind and we kind of grow a dependency on it, and a lot of smokers don't want to admit this, but you kind of grow a dependency towards it where like it just becomes like the first thing you want, no matter what. You know, it's like some people have a little bit more control over it, obviously, but I was smoking for minimum 7 years every day. You know what I'm saying? It's like at a certain point you start getting to where it kind of takes over. It's almost like say you like kind of, I'm gonna try to think of a scenario or some shit. Say like you're like a jogger, like a daily runner, but in order to run every day, you needed a chocolate bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, for some reason you just got stuck with the idea like, oh, I need a chocolate bar before every run. And it's just like, this kind of seems a little backwards if you think about it. Like, and that's kind of how I see smoking and doing creative work. Like, you telling me before I do this creative work, before I make this shirt, I have to smoke? You telling me before I eat, I have to smoke? Mind you, I was losing weight when I was smoking. There was times I was damn near forced to fast because I couldn't eat. My stomach was sick because I hadn't smoked yet. You telling me I gotta smoke before sleeping? Something that we do every day, that we need as humans to recharge? You gotta think about that. All these necessary things, you gotta do something negative to your mind to be able to do it every day. So we gotta leave smoking in 2024 because we kind of just normalize this shit a little too much in a way where like we justify smoking before everything to be able to do anything. Think about that shit. I mean, sometimes I'm kind of tasting this high and I'm rolling back to back to back blunts, and I'm not I'm not feeling what I feel like I need from it. So that's reason number 3. That shit was just way too top of mind. I was just way too dependent on it. It's the first thing I felt like I needed. And I don't like being dependent on anything. You know, I like being dependent on God. But reason number 4, I felt like I had to leave, just drop the weed all together. It was kind of taking me away from my family a little bit. When I mean taking me away from my family, I mean like it's kind of the same thing I said before, whether like it's top of mind. But you know, I got kids, I got a wife. I was kind of prioritizing the weight a little bit before kind of handling my business when it came to my family, with my kids specifically. My kids, I got a 1-year-old and I got a 4-year-old. My 4-year-old, that's my daughter. She's my life, and she's kind of starting to get like, I don't know if the word is suspicious, or she's kind of picking up to the habit. I'm at home. When I'm at home, obviously I'm gonna need to smoke. So what do I do? I'm playing with her, you know, however long I'm playing with her. I'm playing with her, and then all of a sudden, obviously, I get the urge to smoke. So I'm like, all right, baby, like, give me a second. I'm about to go relax a little bit. You know, that's how I kind of word it. Either relax or kind of just take a break. I'm about to go take a break real quick. And I'll be taking a break for what? Anywhere from 30 minutes to 45. Smoking a blunt. Then I'll come back smelling like shit. Obviously, I'll be in a good mood. Hold on. I'm sliding. Woo-hoo! And I'm still on the phone. Hey, man, I just damn near did a 360. We out here. I'm gonna keep it going, too. Fuck it. I ain't scared of shit. But, yeah, so... yeah, got to a point where spending time with my kids, and I would need like 2-3 breaks every so often. And, you know, my daughter started picking up on the habit. And she kind of just started, like, noticing, I guess. Like, oh, you're going to go take a break? No. And kind of just, like, not like, no kid wants to see their parent, like, be dependent to something like that. And then all of a sudden, now you're happy? Like, oh, now I'm in a great-ass mood? Like, it's kind of weird. You know, you're kind of, like, normal, like, you're kind of, like, getting them used to, like, just weird behavior in general. You know, like, you were just not motivated, you didn't want to play with me. Now you're happy, and like, they might look at it as a good thing, but like over time they start picking up on the habit. It's just like, oh, don't, like, it's a little strange in their little minds. You know, my son is 1, so he don't see it yet, but I kind of had to just get that out, just stop that for that reason alone. You know, it's like she started noticing. She started seeing, like, oh, daddy's about to go again, and maybe he'll be happy when he comes back, like, in a good, positive mood. But I don't want him to leave right now. I want him to play with me right now. You know, I didn't want to have to use, you know, that as another crutch. Obviously, like, to be able to just even play with my kids. So I just pulled up to work. Tap back in with y'all when I get clocked in and figure out what I'm about to do for the day. But before I kind of head out, I just want to say, if you've been thinking about quitting recently, especially if you're an artist, creative, music maker, designer, whatever the case is, if you do any creative work, I would strongly consider just, at the very minimum, just giving it a break. But I would urge you to just stop smoking altogether. Like I said, I've been almost 3 months clean, and the way I've been feeling is just a whole lot of clarity. I've been saving money. I'm able to focus now without having anything to rely on, and I've kind of been more consistent when it comes to the overall aspect of everything, So, with that being said, it's not easy, but I do think you can do it. Now, if you ask me, I say cut cold turkey and just ditch it all together and find a distraction for yourself. It's cold. Find a good little distraction for you and kind of just do what you can. Stay away from your smoker friends. If you can, just remind yourself what you're doing it for and that you're trying to better yourself. Around the time I quit, I kind of used, I ain't gonna say use, it was kind of like a transitional period for me. Like, I had kind of like found God again. And I was listening to sermons daily, and stuff like that was just keeping me on track. It's like, just do what you gotta do to stay on track. And you're gonna get through it, trust. 2025, no more of that. And it's not gonna magically fix all your problems. Like, it's not what I'm saying at all. But it is gonna kind of correct yourself. It is gonna correct kind of what you've been neglecting. A lot of us weed smokers kind of have a lot of justifications for why we do it. But once you stop, you'll see, I guess I ain't really need it like that, That's just a little food for thought, man. If y'all got any questions, just drop a comment below. All 2025, I'm just gonna, kind of share my mindset on everything and perspective. We gonna take it one day at a time, and we gonna keep sharing our thoughts on this platform. That being said, y'all have a productive day. Start your year off right. You know what I'm saying? Quit. If it's not weed, quit something. Quit drinking. Quit something that's holding you back. Whether you see it or not, if you feel dependent on something, grow from that. My name is Danny. Y'all subscribe. If not, it's cool. I'm going to keep tapping in with y'all. Daily if I can. Weekly if I can. Monthly if I can. I'm going to try. But one thing I want to leave y'all with is ask yourself, First, if you're a weed smoker and a creative, ask yourself, why do I smoke? Then, ask yourself, why do I create? And then kind of weigh out which one has a stronger why. And then if you got a stronger why, smoking weed, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe you gotta find you a new little hobby or whatever. Cause for me, if I was to ask myself that same question, the why for smoking would be to enhance the creative. In my head, at least. When it got to a point where it wasn't, I stopped. And I enhanced the creative part of it. You know, my why for creating is that's just who I am. As long as I can remember, I just been creating. Whether it's making books, drawing, creating games, making music, all of that. You know, I've been doing it since I was a kid, and it's just been a part of me. So it's not a matter of why, it's just who I am, you know. But I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Y'all have a blessed one. If you need help, you know, I'm always here. Ask me whatever down below. Y'all have a blessed one.